we will be looking at another guy, Jacopo Sabarella. So he is also another philosopher who tried to keep Aristotle's authority independent of theology and subject to rational criticism. He produced an extensive body of work on the nature of logic and scientific method. So there are so many works by him, especially with regard to logic. We have had ample discussion on logic when we learned Aristotle. Logic was something very important, and that was recognized again by the people of the Renaissance, especially through the writings of Jacopo Sabarella. So he produced an extensive body of work on the nature of logic and scientific method. And his goal was to retrieve the genuine Aristotelian concepts of science and scientific method, which he understood as indisputable for the demonstration of nature and constitutive principles of natural beings. So in order to understand nature, you need to retrieve the science and scientific method which was proposed by Aristotle. If you remember the classes on Aristotle, we refer to logic. And there are two kinds of logic. One is inductive and deductive. I hope all of you remember that. So deductive logic from the universal to particular. Inductive logic, you have particular premises, you arrive at a universal conclusion. So particular to universal. Deductive from universal premises to a particular conclusion. So that's the way how logic works. He actually developed a method of regressus, which is known as regressus, a combination of the deductive procedures of composition and the inductive procedures of resolution. The method of regressus. So this procedure, the method he developed, the method of regressus, a combination of the deductive procedures of composition and inductive procedures of resolution, it came to be regarded as the proper method of obtaining knowledge in theoretical sciences. So he devised this method in order to help people to obtain knowledge, proper knowledge of theoretical sciences. And some of his important works are, one of them is Opera Logica. It's a work on logic, Opera Logica. So it is mainly devoted to the theory of demonstration. And the major work of another work is a work on natural philosophy, De Rebus Naturalibus. De Rebus Naturalibus. So he was very instrumental in the renewal of natural philosophy, methodology and theory of knowledge. So Aristotle was a very good taxonomer. He categorized and named different sciences. So that process again appears in the Renaissance period. They compartmentalized different areas of knowledge and they learned it in their particularity, and also there was an interdisciplinary approach. So when you are focusing on one thing, you also need the assistance of other fields of study. So that kind of interdisciplinary approach also took place or was there during the period of Renaissance. So that is Jacopo Sabarella. So this is what I want to specify about Aristotelianism. There are also other scholars who are talking about Aristotle, who are scholars on Aristotle, but we are not going to look at all of them. These are a few of them.
Father?
Yes, Dipti?
I have a small question.
Yes.
What is the relation of these works to aesthetic theory? Are they talking about aesthetics in any sense?
You cannot directly say that, but when you try to understand that, see how the rational approach helped the Renaissance art, the scientific perspective, the study of optics. Okay, you understand? So that is the way how it is related. If you look at Da Vinci, he was also a scientist. You understand? And his interest in science also helped his art. That is the way in which it is connected. So it is connected in this manner also. Yesterday we already said that. Earlier the religion prescribed what is to be painted. So they were painting the religious experience. This kind of philosophizing helped them to come beyond the boundaries of religious thinking and to experience their own world, and in order to reproduce it in their art. So that is the way it is connected. You got it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.